Grand Canyon experiments may prove Noah's flood happened 6,000 years ago. And of all that lives, of all flesh, you shall take 2 of each into the ark to keep alive with you. They shall be male and female. Genesis 6:19. After a 4-year court battle, a geologist has been granted permission to collect samples from the Grand Canyon which he hopes will prove that Noah's flood took place less than 6,000 years ago. An MI scholar, a religious Jew who combines Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, and science, makes a strong case for the flood theory and pokes holes in its biggest opponent, the theory of evolution. Dr. Andrew Snelling, the head geologist for Answers in Genesis, plans to conduct experiments, requiring collecting 50 to 60 half-pound rocks from the Grand Canyon National Park, proving that the Grand Canyon was carved out of stone rapidly during a process that occurred as a result of the global flood during the time of biblical Noah. Contrary to Snelling's theory, most geologists believe that the Grand Canyon was the result of millions of years of erosion. Snelling first applied for a permit to collect the rock samples from the Grand Canyon in 2013. His intention was to use data collected from the samples to prove that the flood of Noah occurred less than 6,000 ago. One of the reasons given by the Park Service geologists for denying his request was that they did not consider the proposal scientifically valid. Snelling filed a religious discrimination lawsuit against the United States Department of the Interior and the Grand Canyon National Park authorities, citing the Trump administration's executive order of May 4, 2017 directing the government to vigorously enforce federal law's robust protections for religious freedom. Snelling was finally granted permission last week to collect samples. Snelling's organization is a young Earth creationist ministry whose American branch was founded in 1994 by Australian Ken Ham. They believe that the universe, Earth, and all life on Earth were created by direct acts of God less than 10,000 years ago. Central to this belief is the story of the flood of Noah, which they believe was global, destroying all land life and forming fossils immediately. The global flood theory is so foundational to creationism that AIG built a full-size replica of the Ark in order to illustrate that it was indeed possible to preserve the full range of land animals on board in a manner that would permit the world to be repopulated after the flood. Was Noah's flood global or local? Apostle Peter describes the universality of the flood in 2 Peter 3-6-7, by these waters also the world of that time was deluged and destroyed. By the same word the present heavens and earth are reserved for fire, being kept for the day of judgment and destruction of ungodly men. In these verses Apostle Peter compares the universal coming judgment to the flood of Noah's time and states that the world that existed then was flooded with water. Lastly, the Lord Jesus Christ believed in the universal flood and took it as the type of the coming destruction of the world like the days of Lot when he returns.